Okay, this is a case of a male patient, 73 years old, who came in for a right shoulder problem he's had for a long period of time, so at least 20 years. He couldn't lift it, and what happened was he actually hurt it from a lifting injury. So he was lifting, and then it got really frozen. So to the stage where he couldn't lift it for at least 90 degrees. He couldn't lift more than 90 degrees for many years. The first adjustment we did on him was the right shoulder. He also comes in for other problems on the spine, especially the mid-back. He also has some problems in the neck occasionally, and sometimes low back, especially on the left pelvic joint, but usually it's the mid-back that reoccurs. Now, he's actually very active, and so because of that activity throughout his whole life, he's played badminton, he plays tennis, he goes for regular walks. Because of that, his spine has not deteriorated too badly at all, which is very surprising because there's actually cases where I've seen 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds in a way worse shape in terms of spinal degeneration compared to this patient here. So the big key is to make sure that we continue to keep active because the spine does not like compression or sitting. So by keeping it active, it can help with the spine health. And so that's very important to make sure that we constantly are moving around, constantly walking and less sitting. Now, because he's been active throughout his whole life, his condition is more of a stage 1 to 2. Okay, so even though he's 73 years old, which you normally expect a lot more deterioration, his spine is actually at worst, when you look through these segments, like all of these segments here, at worst, the disc is at worst between a stage 1 and a 2. Now, this is normal, so you can see normally the height of the disc should be thick, and this is at worst a stage 1 to 2, this is a stage 3. Okay. Now, the reason why I mention this is because the adjustments or the result of the adjustment or how well the patient is going to progress is very heavily dependent on the condition of the spine. If the condition of the spine is very deteriorated, like this, compared to this, the patient whose spine is in a better condition is going to heal much faster. Way less adjusting is needed. The reason for this is because with the deterioration of the spine like this, for example, when it's very heavily deteriorated, it's going to require a lot more adjustments because it's so stiff. It's very arthritic. The ligaments and the tension on the muscles is very, very tight. And so it will take more adjustments to actually restore function back. It's like an old car compared to a newer car. The old car is obviously more deteriorated, and so it's going to require a lot more servicing over time than compared to a new car. So the same applies to the spine.